together too, and I was like, Sam, you look so different in real life.
I do? Oh.
You look just as handsome on TV.
You're saying I look worse. I get it. Thank you.
What are you going to tell us?
Nothing. I can't say anything. We're going to see Jack deal with the loss of his powers. It's going to be a big thing for him. Also seeing all of our characters deal with new roles as well. Sam is going to be more of a taskmaster, dealing with all these apocalypse people. Jack has to deal with loss of powers, and Castiel is going to be more and Dean is obviously not his.
Sorry, I need this path clear so we can see our right. Thank you.
Do you think that Jack is feeling better about himself now that he made his decision to go with Team Free Will Family, gave the goodbye to his father, Lucifer?
Yeah.
He's battling with good versus evil.
I think our characters are always kind of dealing with that a little bit. What is good, what is bad. He's definitely accepted him being like he's a Winchester. But there's always conflict. It's never that easy on the show. No one ever gets to like take a break. It's always struggle after struggle. We're going to see him just struggling to deal with his new role, his new loss. Having those powers made him very useful and helpful to people. And then that stripped away is really a giant loss for him because he's kind of forced to consider how he fits into everything again. So that kind of stuff.
One of the things I think so many of us really loved about Jack is his refreshing sense of innocence in this world where everybody's kind of cynical.
Yeah.
Is he going to lose that, or do you think that he's going to really keep that?
Towards the end of last season, we actually saw him get a little jaded. I hope he keeps it though, because I really like that about the character as well, is that like I can experience all these things for the first time. Jack has this refreshing optimism. But I think anybody in the supernatural universe, as you go along, something's going to happen. But I hope Jack retains a lot.
Even retains the positive attitude at least.
Yeah, even through these bad times.
For supernatural fans, no matter how many seasons we get, we're always excited. It doesn't die down. But
yeah, how does that work?
I don't know. It just happens that way, I guess. When you fall in love with the show, it's hard to. Your loyalty really becomes first and foremost. But for you personally, what are you excited for fans to see this season?
I'm excited for fans to see Jack have to kind of take on his role of a hunter and trying to be a hunter, and with that aspect of it, the actual physicality of him not being, powerful. So I'm hoping he gets to punch a guy in the face. Hopefully, I get to steal a car. Fun, practical things, right? I can't teleport anymore, so to get to do these, very Winchester-y things, I think would be awesome.
Great. So could we see more on Castiel or more on Sam?
Sam is very focused on finding Dean at this moment, so we're going to see Jack rely a little bit more on Castiel.
We want you.
Without your powers, have you had to go through fight training, or has the world gotten more physical?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see Jack kind of have to train and kind of like reconsider what he does, right? So without these powers, he has to kind of learn new skills. So we're gonna touch on that a little bit. Yeah, without saying anything else.
How would you join supernatural family? Basically a show with a huge fan base.
Massive fan base. It's been so cool. This whole weekend, I don't know about for you guys, but you just get to meet and interact with so many, chatting with people that just love the show, and it's meant so much to them. So to just be able for me to be a part of that, great. Yeah.
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
So what's going on with this season of Supernatural? Can you give us a clue?
but it's going to be the same clue that everybody else gives you. At the okay, I'll put my own twist on it. Well, I think at the beginning of the season, we really do pick up exactly where we left off, which is everyone is on the run for Michael, so that we can somehow free Dean from his thrall, and everybody is sort of back in hunter mode, other than Dean. We're all just working hard, rolling up our sleeves. And Jack is impaired, and Cass is trying to coddle him through that experience of losing powers and what that's like, because he has wisdom in that department. Yeah, there you go.
Do you think Cass feels better about himself now that he's with Jack and able to mentor him? Cass is always getting down on himself.
Well, I think that Cass often feels ineffectual and like he's let other people down, and he definitely often feels unworthy and doesn't demonstrate a lot of self-love. But I think, interestingly, watching Jack do the same thing may allow Cass to feel like he is a little bit more a part of the family and like he has a place, because he's telling Jack things that he should have been hearing all along. Like, he's telling Jack things he should have been saying to himself. But I would imagine that Cass has to have enough empathy to understand that these things that he's saying to Jack apply to him as well. So in a weird way, I think that Jack's woes might be helping Cass feel like he belongs in the world. And that's not on the page, but I'm sort of extrapolating.
Cass's phase, right? Can you tell us who's gonna be the first fight?
I know episode 200 hasn't been that long ago, but what are your wishes for episode 300?
Well, I am not in charge. That's not my department. But I think I had a brief conversation with Andrew about episode 300 recently, and it's something that's already in the works. It's an episode that we'll be shooting in October, and I think it has to be kind of special and kind of different, a little epic, probably somewhat meta. But I'm not going to give away anything.
So thinking that Supernatural is a universe that has so many years and that also has so many monsters and creatures, which one do you like to see in this? If you have to choose, is any that you like to the writers put on the show?
Other monsters?
Yeah. Or anything like
I don't know. I had this idea for a story that I thought would be fun. It would be something about mass mind control. I think that could be an interesting thing to play with. I also think there are so many cool monsters that we've interacted with in the past that would be fun to revisit. I like that now increasingly on the show we meet monsters who aren't necessarily evil, that we don't have to kill. You know, I like the idea of maybe bringing more monsters into the fray that are monsters or supernatural characters that end up being collaborators rather than enemies.
I know you're passionate about giving back. Are you working on any projects this coming year that we can support you or raise awareness of?
The primary project that I plan to be working on for the next few months is getting people registered to vote and then getting them to vote. Especially young people. That's something that I'm going to be trying to focus on pretty much starting right away. So, yeah, amplify that.
I always amplify that.
Good.
It's important to register and vote.
Yes, it is.
Be an informed voter. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on 10 years.
Oh, thank you.
So what can you tease us about
well,
300?
it's about 300. So it's going to be, I think it's finally time the boys investigate a case where they've never been before, but we've all been, I think, wanting, and that's in a nudist colony. So I think it's going to be really, that's not the plan.
Aw, man.
I know, we were all hoping for it. No, I think with the 300s, the 100th episode was very conventional as an episode of Supernatural. It was really not even a nod to the fact that it was 100. The 200th episode went exactly in the opposite direction. It was very meta and very kind of out there. I think the 300th kind of is in the middle, and the idea is basically behind it is, Sam and Dean live in this bunker. They've lived in this bunker for a number of years. This bunker is located in Lebanon, Kansas. We've never actually seen Lebanon, Kansas. And so the idea is, especially the people in that town who are like, here are these two guys that drive through this muscle car, and they just came to the dry cleaners, but I think there was blood on their shirt. And so this idea that how other people kind of view them, the story kind of embedded in it, Sam, Dean, Cass, and everybody else, and allows us to get kind of different views on Sam and Dean, and I think will ultimately end up being a really cool love letter to the show.
You thought I was going to say T season 14.
That's right, exactly.
All right,
to
T
300.
season 14.
Exactly. T season 14. So I think with season 14, the question becomes, the big news is obviously that Michael is here, he isn't Dean is gone. How does everyone react to that? I think more and more as we get into it, there's just a certain chaotic nature, there's a certain chaotic thread that runs through the season of Supernatural. Because a lot of the kind of power structures that have existed for the past few seasons, they're gone. There's nobody running hell. There's nobody running heaven. I mean, there is, but heaven is such a, there are 10 angels left. You know what I mean? They're not really a player. Humans and monsters continue to be chaotic and kind of at each other's throats. So there's really no one in charge, and that obviously creates a lot of opportunity for someone like Michael to step in and possibly be the guy that can be in charge, if that's what he wants. Because Michael's not a guy who wants to come and rule the world as it is right now. Mike has a very specific view of what he wants the world to be, and that is not our world. He tried to get in the last world. Even he would say that it did not work out, but you know what? He's got a second chance. He's going to go, and I think in a different way that gets to the same result, which is a world he considers purified and worthy of him. I think the tone remains the same. I mean, the show lives and dies on emotion more than anything else. As much as we think, as much as the spectacle can be fun and the jokes can be fun, ultimately people tune in for the emotion, for the melodrama that exists. I don't think we ever want to quite too much away from that. I think this season it gets amplified quite a bit because obviously, Dean, who's been the big brother, literally, The Rock is gone. And so, what do you do about that? It's kind of a question that everyone's asking at the beginning of the season.
How long will Michael be possessing Dean? Can you tell us that?
Longer than you think.
Will we have more hunters? I really missed the first couple of seasons when we had like a really active support system of other hunters and family members.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because Sam and Dean kind of inherited, or Sam specifically since Dean is disposed at the moment, inherited 25 people from Apocalypse World who came through the rift with them. Those people, they don't have a lot of what I'll call commercial skills, you know what I mean? But they can't go work at the Gap. It's not going to work out for them. So they have really gone into hunting, and so when we come into the bunker in the first episode, it's functioning less like kind of our guy's sanctuary, more like a police precinct. People are coming and going, they're working cases. Sam is kind of the guy in charge. So we're building up that world a little bit more. Obviously, this is still the story about our core characters. We don't want to spend too much time away, but I think we are seeing more of the whole world this season.
Why did you guys decide that? And second, how this will affect the story?
Sure. I think even at 20 episodes, we're doing significantly more episodes than most TV shows do. Almost, number of shows that do more than 13 is really, really rare. So we're very lucky. We have that kind of real estate to play with. The choice to go to fewer episodes, the guys want to spend more time with their families, and you can't rehearse on that. They have kids, the kids are growing up, you know what I mean? So it was all done for the right reasons. I think for us, we've tried to keep always the split between myth episodes and standalone episodes about 50-50. We want to continue to keep that split, basically. So what that means is you're going to lose some myth and you're going to lose some standalones. But at the end of the day, our hope is to keep the overall feel, pace, and tone of the show the same.
How do you keep it fresh after almost 300 episodes? Do you have still a running document of ideas?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, we have a running document of ideas we've used, and that becomes the hardest thing. But honestly, we can always do a vampire. You know what I mean? You can always do a scary story. What makes it different is how does it affect your main characters. And as long as the characters can grow and adapt, even a very basic ghost story can feel very different. Sam and Dean working a story about, let's just say for example, about a father who lost a son and the son is now a ghost. In season 1, that had certain vibe on it because Sam and Dean would have identified with the kid, right? They had issues with their dad. Well, now they're going to identify more with the dad, and they're going to have issues with the kid. So it's you can tell a very similar story. It feels very, very different because of where the characters are and how they evolve in the seasons.
Maybe like a monster of the week, and especially a monster of the week from other cultures and countries.
You know what? That's something we like to play with a little bit. And we do have some kind of teed up that we're kind of working out. I would say for us, the go-to monsters tend to be our most effective, only because even a lot of monsters from other cultures kind of feel like it's a vampire, but it's like great. You know what I mean? And so making that distinction is kind of harder, but it's always something we're looking for.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you so much. I love your hair.
Thanks.
So what can you tease us about 14?
You know I can't tease you.
Anything.
Well, there's a lot. There's a nice deepening of the relationship between Cass and Jack. They grow. I mean, there's a more paternal aspect to it, and with Dean being absent, Cass is more hands-on, more paternal. Sam is much more assertive as the leader of the warriors, the hunters, because he doesn't have Dean to consult with. And there's the ongoing mystery of how do we find and rescue Dean. If we do, what's he going to come back with? Because oftentimes our people come back. Summer camp wasn't as nice as it was supposed to be. So I think those are the big teases I can offer without being shy.
The people from the other side of the rift are hunters, but they're more like fighters than hunters. I know they're going to start working with them to fight and work with Sam and Dean. How are you guys going to sort of integrate them into the story without distracting too much from our core characters?
Not a lot. They pretty much go on. They integrate back into society. You'll see them occasionally at the Men of Letters coming back from the mission. But the emphasis really isn't on it. The emphasis was pretty much on the rescue, getting them into freedom. But I don't think we don't want to distract from our core characters in the core mission. To be frank.
So how about Bobby and Charlie now that they're back? Will they be back more?
Charlie so much. Bring these people back judiciously. It's hard to handle such an enormous cast. I mean, you keep acquiring favorite characters. Even killing them, you just give yourself a break for a year, and then you bring them back. Bobby spends time with Mary. They're kind of digging at each other. You'll see them, but it's more of a judicious use.
Speaking of Mary, will there be any exploration of Mary's relationship with Sam? Who's with her still? Sam and Dean?
Sort of digging on Bobby. And I meant to. I mean, she's a very complicated mother. She's let her son down in many ways and shows him queer overboard. She's another character that I think we're going to use very carefully. Because we have a couple of big themes that we have to work on. That will invite her in them, but she is not the central issue. She's a presence.
I think we were all pleasantly surprised by the supernatural aspect. Is there anything in the cards for the next season?
Like a crossover like that?
Yeah, or are there ideas for crossover?
Now that could change, because I was telling you none of the truth. The show often runs by inspiration. bolts of lightning. Somebody comes in and says, I've got this great thought, why don't we do that? Scooby-Doo was very difficult to do. It took 2 years. I mean, that was a hard process. So I don't know. Of course, that was the animation too. There may be a possibility. I don't see it. By the time we get this and if they like it, they might remember chances are if they look at it, it's not really that kind of a gig we have. Making the best of the actors. I mean, I'm always appreciative when fans recommend something. But if it's a specific idea, I wouldn't show Sam from the duck. I think there are actually laws against it.
So I love the Scooby-Doo episode you guys have last year. It was like clever, fun, wonderful, and delightful. Are you guys going to do something like that this year as well?
I'm sorry?
Are you going to have a special episode like that this year? Collaboration?
Not a cartoon episode. I think we may have shot our load with that, but that takes a while to do. The prep for that was a long time coming. And one reason we were able to do that is we had an early pickup for season 13, so we knew we could start doing that because it takes a long time to do the animation. But we'll give you some kind of offbeat, different sort of episode somewhere along the line.
Do you know if you're doing a off format, other format, like a changing channels, French mistake, anything?
We don't have any of those in the works, but we know that the 300 is going to be not your usual episode. Not crazy like changing channels or the French mistake, but kind of a different look at the guys. They have a. We never explore it. They sort of have a life outside of hunting things. When they have to go to gas up the car or go get groceries, they live in Lebanon, Kansas. What do the locals think of them? Do they think anything of them? Who are those guys? That sort of thing. So that's kind of what we're playing with.
Do you know if Jack, can Jack's powers be regenerated like an archangel?
I think what we've said is they know that it can be, but they don't know how long it's going to take, especially since he's an Nephilim. I think at one point Cass says it could take a week, it could take years. Jack he's a little bereft about all this because, ever since he's kind of taken these people on as his family, he wants to help. Sometimes he goes overboard. So he's not in a terrific emotional state. He feels at the beginning of the year, a little useless. So if Sam wants to go out and do something on a case, well, you're not quite ready. Bobby's sort of taking him under his wing and he's training him a little bit, but he's got a long way to go. And he's kind of chomping at the bit about that. Let's see if we can get his powers up to at least the point where he feels he can be helpful. And no matter how many times people say, you can be helpful in other ways, that's not good enough for him. Yes.
Is there any chance one of them becomes backwards or on the show for a long while? Let's go to this one.
I'm trying to think of who is that. We have Alternate Universe Charlie. We have Alternate Universe Bobby. We have Jody. I'm trying to think of dead people that we might want to bring back. We always do that, so it's certainly possible, but no one's coming right off the bat. But there are a lot of old favorites you'll see. You'll see Jody Miller, you'll see Bobby, Charlie will be back. Well, over in the world, Charlie. Excuse me. Yeah, it's sort of where I'm at, but that one never dies on our show, really.
Speaking of which, there have been some fun Easter eggs with Eddie Winchester, so any chance of seeing him again?
We would love to have Jeff back. Jeff is a busy actor. He probably maybe have a little out of our price range right now, but yeah, if we could find a way to do a story that to bring him back, and he died a long time ago. So we love Jeff, and we love to have him back, and we haven't really explored that.
But it's got to be cool that you have the opportunity to bring back anybody you want, just given the show itself. Years could go by and you'd be like, I think it's time to bring this person back.
Yeah, no, we play fast and loose with that. There's always some piece of magic, or sometimes people come back from the dead and we don't like them the way they came back from the dead. So it's, we always like Sam and Dean the way they've come back from the dead.
You introduced the alternate reality world. You introduced the empty in season 13. Will we be looking at either of those again in season 14?
Probably not the alternate universe, although I should never say never. But we actually, without giving away too much, the empty is going to figure into a story. That's a teaser.
So when Sam has lost Dean before, once he shut down, once he went self-destructive, obsessed to get him, what side of Sam are we going to see finding Dean this time?
I think we're going to see a much more responsible, level-headed. Oddly, I think Sam knows he specifically has insight into what's going on because Sam's been possessed by Lucifer, and also Sam's been possessed by an archangel. He has some knowledge. He and Cass, uniquely almost, have some knowledge of what that's like. Also, Sam has another responsibility of he's got however many Apocalypse World hunters living in a bunker. And those Apocalypse World hunters want to kill Michael because Michael destroyed the planet. They don't necessarily want to save Dean. They'd love to save Dean, but they're not. Sam is their de facto leader, I suppose, because now they're in Sam's world and they're in Sam's bunker. But these guys want to kill the guy that killed the families, Where Sam has to be very level-headed and methodical. He's very much older and wiser than he used to. I wish the same could be said about Jerry. I feel like we see a cool, methodical, thoughtful side to Sam. He's very stressed out, no time to shave, but he's still going to do whatever it takes to try and get his club back.
So I am from Argentina. In Argentina, Supernatural is a really big show and everybody loves it.
Awesome.
Me included. But I wonder how that is for you as an actor, but also how you feel worldwide viewers can connect with the show.
Yeah, I love Argentina, and I have a very funny story. I went to Buenos Aires. Okay. 8 years ago for New Year's with my sister. We went to like Peter Moreno Glacier and kind of traveled down with it. And we went to go see Tango. And we get there, just because you're saying it's a big show in Argentina, this is 8 years ago. But we get there and we walk in and it's set up, stage is here, and we pay for like section B or whatever, which is fine, section A, which is the most expensive. And here's Willem Dafoe like right in front of us. Like, I'm a big fan. Anyways, we sit down and they bring drinks and stuff like that. And then one of the hosts comes over and walks us and sits us right in front of Willem Dafoe. And I was like, this is really weird because I'm a big Willem Dafoe fan. And like, I guess she was a fan of Supernatural, and so she sat us forward like in the place of honor. I'm like, this is kind of like, sorry Willem, I didn't saw Argentina, but that was very funny. I love Argentina. Very, very grateful. I feel really blessed that the way the world is these days with Netflix and finding stuff on iTunes or whatever, you can watch it all over the world. So I'm flattered and grateful, and I can't wait to get back.
All right, you spoke of this already. The fact that you, as well, Sam and Cass, have both been possessed by an archangel, and there was a lot of emotional consequences. Well, now we have Dean. What do you feel like the emotional consequences that he's going to have to deal with might be?
I feel like, knowing Dean, how we all know Dean for many years, he is less likely to open up and talk about it and deal with it properly, or try to deal with it properly. But like, it's fine, carry on. So I feel like if and when we get Dean back, which I assume, I'm hoping it's going to happen, because I know he's still on the show, but I can foresee Sam really wanting him to talk about it and open up, and Dean not wanting to talk about it and open up. So we'll see how that plays out. We still have, whatever happens with Michael, we're still going to have other stuff going on that we have to deal with. So I feel like Dean's going to be very much ignoring what he just went through.
You've reached many milestones over the years, but what is your personal goal for the show? How much further do you want to go?
That's a great question. I want to go as long as I don't feel this show is, I mean, there have been, completely honestly, you guys can say the same thing, even though my bosses are. There have been episodes that I've been less excited about than others. There have been episodes that have knocked my socks off. I've been like, holy shit, I get to be a part of this show, on my French. So I still, even this season, I've read 7 episodes of 20. There are still episodes where I'm like, it's cool. Still parts of Sam I get to explore. Still parts of relationships with Dean or Cass or Jack or whomever that I get to explore. And I'm lucky. I get to learn a lot about Jared, and whilst concurrently portraying Sam. So I feel like Sam has helped me learn a lot about myself. So selfishly, I enjoy it. As long as we have a story to tell, I think we'll... I was not going to say this, maybe it is. And the writers as well, I think we'll kind of know. I think we'll know when the show is, when it's time. You know what I mean? I hope that's not for a long time.
Neither do we.
Yeah, neither do we.
Is Sam going to be leaning on anyone, or is anyone going to be leaning on Sam?
I think everyone's leaning on Sam, and I think he's being about as good as possible. So I'm sure when he gets his brother back, he'll start leaning on other people as well.
Thank you so much.
Almost done. Is this it?
Yep.
That's it.
I'm the last one.
For us, yes.
All right, what's happening?
So I know you are so busy juggling your family, acting, directing, and your new endeavor, the beer making. How are you doing all that, and what is sort of keeping you focused on Supernatural while you're doing everything else?
I have a lot of hope. My wife does a lot of the heavy lifting at home. My brother-in-law manages the brewery. And I'm able to just kind of focus on what I focus on every year, and that's Supernatural. And getting back home to see my children so that they remember who their father is.
So last year in the press room, you said you were looking forward to Dean to have a new character. How is that for you, and what are you looking forward to this new part role?
It's tough. Playing a new character in an environment that you've been playing the same character for so long. I usually step onto that set and I'm immediately kind of transformed into Dean. I kind of get into the Dean mode. So to step on that set and fight against that, and then try to bring something completely different to the table, has been uniquely challenging. But it's been something that I'm excited about. Because after 13 seasons, to still get challenged and still, still come on set with this creativity and needing to come up with something unique and new and find a way to play this new character. I think it speaks volumes to the writers that was just the show.
Now, the show's been going on for a while, obviously, and I feel like you guys are pros at Comic-Con. Like, to the point where we call Sunday Supernatural Sunday, and maybe it's not just because we've interviewed you on the Sunday for the past 5 years.
Right.
But just, I guess, like, weigh in on kind of where you feel like the show has taken the fandom, and what you're excited for as you guys head into a new season.
Well, yeah, I think this is my 13th. And we started out in like the little room.
Right.
It kind of got bigger and bigger, and next thing you know.
And now you have a day, you know.
Yeah, now we got the day. It's humbling, it's inspiring, it's fun, it's unique, there's just really nothing like it, and to have the support of the fans, and to get that kind of feedback, and to get to sit around with you guys who care enough to know the show and ask the good questions. I don't know what it's going to be like to get on a brand new show and be like, so tell us about this new show. I think that it's the kind of pats on the back that I think we all long for. So thank you guys for sticking around for this Sunday and having great questions and true inquiry about the show, because it just kind of gives us fuel for the next year, and we enjoy it. We still love it. We wouldn't be here if we didn't truly love still telling these stories, playing these characters, having these these character relationships, and then also our personal relationships with each other. We are truly a friendly bunch, and I know a lot of people say that on other shows, like, oh, the crew, and we're such a family. It's like, no, like I've literally watched children of our crew grow up and are now like on our show, and it's a special place, and it's not lost on us.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Before you go, click to the right to check out even more of what's happening here at Comic-Con. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to all of our channels.